Namaskar, and a beautiful, beautiful whole moon, a full moon, greeting, vibrations, radiance, and love to everybody. I think as we wait for people to join us, I'm doing this live. In fact, this is so unexpected. This live was not scheduled to happen. I hadn't planned it, as so many, many, many of my lives are unplanned. They just flash into the space, flash into consciousness, and they manifest themselves. I was supposed to be in Pune, just finished with a wedding, my little sister's wedding, a beautiful few. I was supposed to be in Pune with my mother, and suddenly this meeting came up for tomorrow, and I had to rush back within an hour or two of being home. And the full moon just called out. I couldn't do an actual on-ground full moon, and these shadows are playing really funny games here, right? But I'm insisting on doing this on the outdoors. Let's see if I can play this a little, move some leaves out and a little better. That's okay. It doesn't really matter what the shadows are doing, because the light is going to be doing a lot of talking within tonight. How many of you have looked at the full moon up there? It's right above me, though I have a canopy of these beautiful Madhavilata vines above, and I have my beloved Guru right with me. And this is my favorite spot for my full moon lives, as those of you who are with me most times will know. So as I was saying, this was not supposed to have happened, and it just did. On the way back in the cab, I suddenly said, this is a calling, and we must share a little journey together tonight, because it is a very, very special night. So a lot of you must have seen a lot of posts talking about the last full moon of the decade, the last full moon of the 1900s. We're a few days away from the 2020 mark, the change of a whole new, the change from a way of life, the way we've been living life, not just because it's a Gregorian calendar change. There's a huge shift coming, and I'm sure a lot of us are feeling it. A lot of us have been feeling the shaking up, the manthan, as we say, the churning of the seas of consciousness in the last few months of this year. And actually 11 months, almost the whole year, has been pretty trying, has been pretty shaking up and cathartic, and changes of lives, changes of lifestyles, changes of career paths, changes of vocations, what you thought you were cut to do, what you thought was your call in life. Everything saw a shift. Relationships shifted, your relationship with you shifted. A lot of truth was risen up to the Vishuddhi and spurred out, exalted out, and we saw a lot of calming down, a lot of easing happen in the last couple of weeks. And that's because when we say the new year, when I am talking about the new year, actually I'm not talking about January 1st, 2020. When I am going to be talking about the shift, it's actually to do with the Uttarayan, or the solstice. 15th January, I think, in 2020 is when the Uttarayan, as we understand it to be in this part of the world. We say this is the time when the sun starts moving northward. Uttarayan, Ayan is the journey or the path of the sun, moves Uttar or north. We all know that the sun isn't moving anywhere. Geography has made sure we know that, and well, our sciences, our consciousness sciences also knew it, because they call the sun the center of all the movements that happen. We knew about gravity. But the perception, the way the moon, I'm all moonstruck today, excuse me. The way the sun moves across our visible eye, okay, the visible path of the sun, shifts more towards the north-northeast during this part of the year. So Uttarayan, 15th January, is what I am talking about when I'm talking about the shift that we are going to be aligning ourselves to. So the new year, 15th Jan for our consciousness, is when there's a huge shift of awareness, of perception, of the way we respond and interact with life as a whole, with our environment, the literal environment as in the spaces and the people and the relationships and the interactions that we have, and the environment as a collective. Mother Earth is going to shift massively, hugely. So, which is why you're seeing a lot of catharsis happen now. You have a Greta Thunberg leading youngsters. Let's not even argue about whether it's propaganda or not, but it is the voice of an awakening. It's the voice of consciousness waking up for Mother Earth. So what we see as negative, or the cleansing of the earth, has reached such a prime, has reached such a peak. The ghada bhar gaya hai, as we say in Hindi in our part of the world. It's so brimful of what is being plundered and taken away from Mother Earth. Now the time has come when the youth, the youngsters, are leading all of us and behind us, the generations before us, into listening to Mother Earth, into paying attention to our responses and our responsibilities and our actions with and towards Mother Earth. So the shift, definitely, it's been, so from Uttarayan, what I'm really, really sensing very strongly is, if you read the post, is love. Love is going to show the way. There is no other way but love to lead us towards a kinder way of living, towards a more sensitive way of living, towards a more sensitized way of living and interacting with ourselves, with those immediately in our environment and space, family, friends, colleagues, pets, and love with the whole of humanity, with all of creation, with every leaf and every blade of grass, with every being, whether human or non-human, that we will interact with. The theme is going to be love. So tonight we will be sailing through, dancing through, floating through an awareness of the womb and the heart, the Anahata. And I will not restrict it to whether it is the Swadhisthana or the Manipura, but the entire creatrix energy that everybody, man, woman, beings, plants, everybody, the creatrix energy that we all are capable of. See, if you think about it, you are creating with every breath. Every time a thought crosses your mind, there is visualization. You've seen a whole world, haven't we? When we're dreaming, we are creating. We are Brahma, we are Prajapati, who with just his, the mythologists say that all of creation came to be because Brahma dreamt them up. Aren't we being Brahma when we sleep? When we meditate in our meditations and mentations? Isn't that aspect of us, the godly or the creator aspect of us, always and always and always creating? So as we go towards that midnight hour, the enchanted hour, that depth of all dark, on this beautiful whole moon, I like to call the full moon a whole moon, because all our journeys, all our trials and explorations and our trysts and plays with what we perceive as spiritual or meditative is nothing but trying to just get maybe a glimpse of the wholeness that I am. I am innately complete and whole in every breath. And my journeys into whatever, whether we are reading something that is fulfilling, whether we are painting, whether we are singing, whether we are dancing or playing our sport that we love, it is all yoga, it is all sadhana, it is a practice of union of myself with myself, isn't it? So let's begin. And if you realize today I've taken the pains to be a little glittery and glimmery, because that is the mood today. That is the mood of the coming age of consciousness. Because the minute we ease, we slow down, we love, everything will start radiating, everything will start shining and manifesting as beautiful, glittery lifescapes for all of us. So all the karmic patterns, all the coded blueprints, as we say, the karmic patterns that we've carried for lifetimes, through realms that we may have existed in, are going to be wiped clean by 15th January. So if we are seeing this as the whole moon, you know that the new moon or the no moon, the all dark birthing womb of all light, the no moons are the times for introspection or moving inward and planting and seeding what we wish to accomplish or be or become or manifest in our lives. And as we circle through the 15 days and come into the fullness or the wholeness of the moon, that's the time to project that and put that intention out into the universe and actually birth those things, you know, those intentions that we've seeded. So if we are taking this as the finale, the grand culminating whole moon of this decade, then what is it are you releasing? What are you leaving behind? I would not say, but what are you leaving unto or liberating unto the cosmos, unto infinity, giving it all the freedom, all the liberty, and all the potentiality to become itself in the vastness, in the endlessness, in the infinity of the cosmos? What are you willing, what are you ready to release into that cosmos, into that all Vyoma, the black hole as such of consciousness that consumes unto itself all that has done its role, that has completed its journey, in my energetic, in my physical, in my worldly, in my spiritual, in my mental and emotional life. And in turn, what am I being released of? So take a moment as we arrive unto the seating, as always. Take a moment to even cut out all that I've been blabbering all this time, all these big talks. Take a moment to just still yourself and arrive unto the seating, becoming softly, gently conscious of the weight of your body as it seats itself upon Mother Earth. Maybe your yoga mat, maybe your bed, your chair, your sofa, the floor, the carpet, or the outdoors as I am seated upon earth. There is something coming in here. I'm gonna have to shut that off. It's just breathing into that earth. And letting yourself melt into Mother Earth. Aware of the breath as it is inhaled very naturally, very easily. Don't try and control the breath. Don't try and read the breath. Just be in that breath. Inhaled through the nostrils, all the way down, and just inhale into the earth. And as the breath turns, it rises from the earth, rising through your energy system, through your body, and exhaled out. Turning and inhale. Easing the shoulders, The neck, the head is all very easy and relaxed and neutral. The spine is held straight, firm but not stiff. The muscles are easing as you breathe and inhale unto the earth. Gratitude and honor for Mother Earth, who holds me. So I can let go at this moment because I know I am held. I am upheld by the Mother. Easing into the breath and allowing the eyes to close themselves very easily, normally, gently. Don't just shut your eyes, but allow the veil of the upper lid to just close itself upon the gaze that is looking outward. Your hands have come to rest. The palms are resting upon your lap with the palms facing upward, always. The palm facing upward, resting upon your lap, ready to receive, ready to release, ready, ready, ready now. Breathing unto Mother Earth. As the gaze from the outward slowly melts unto the inward non-gaze. Allow the head to lift itself and roll back just a little bit, so your chin is jutting out a bit. The head is looking a little upward unto that moon if you're outdoors, bathing the face in the moonlight. And if you are indoors, the dharana, the visualization, is of a whole moon gently gliding to stand before you, before that upturned face, and bathing you with its whole light. And breathing at all moments of awareness, riding that breath. As the ease of breath deepens, as each inhale gets deeper and slower, riding down onto the earth, turning and rising up towards that upturned face, and breathing out. The inward gaze turns deeper within, and that non-seeing, seeing, all-seeing is resting somewhere between the brows. Don't force the pupils inward, but just as you lift your head, you'll see the pupils just shifting and tilting. And the gaze of the non-seeing, all-seeing rests within the brow area. There you rest. You just rest in that space. As we continue breathing gently, naturally, easily. because the awareness of breath is a seamless flow, just melting and breathing unto itself. It is not I who breathes anymore, but the breath itself, breathing unto itself and from and within itself. Invoking the inhale to be breathed in from the left nostril. Inviting, don't worry about checking with your fingers or hands. Just trust your breath and invite it to be breathed in through the left nostril. And breathed out through the right. The dharana or the visualization is of that whole moon being breathed into the nabhi or the navel area. With every inhale, the light, the dew, the fragrances, the misty awareness of that whole moon breath pours into my body, my mind, and my consciousness, and cruises down my body systemic to fill my navel or the womb creatrix space with its light. So we're breathing in a whole moon that travels all the way down to somewhere around the navel, the belly, the womb area. And allow it to rest in that pause of breath before it turns for the exhale. Allow it to rest in that space. Inhale and allow the right palm, the right hand to come to rest gently upon the belly, upon the navel, very gently, just caressing the navel. Breathing in, and your hands should feel that fullness of the whole moon, a coolness upon the palms as you inhale. A whole moon filling the navel, filling the creatrix womb of your being, in body, in energy, and in consciousness. And as you exhale, bringing the left palm, the left hand, to rest gently upon the heart, where on the way out, the prana or the subtle life breath expands, becomes, and is breathed out through the right nostril into my immediate physical space to manifest as the truth of my intent. As I breathe in that whole moon, what am I willing to release as the decade turns, as the consciousness of all creations shifts? Allow the belly to fill with that intention. Pause and release another whole moon rising and expanding in its coolness at the heart space, becoming a whole new you that is breathed out. that one intention in my relationships, breathing it in all the way down to the belly and womb. And what are my relationships becoming as they rise and exhale to be expressed out through that heart space and out through the nostril? Writing the codes for all the new ways of relating and responding. Inhaling for a while now, just thinking of all the relationships that are shifting or have shifted through these last 11 months as they course towards that new consciousness of the Uttarayan. And tonight, in the wholeness of the moon that bathes my being, bathes my awareness, I am rewriting and reprogramming. I'm recognizing the lifescape that awaits me. Inhale all the way down into the womb. And exhale as it expands into being at my heart space. Inhale. Filling that navel, the womb, with all the intentions of relationships. And exhaling, expanding the awareness, the clarity and understanding of those relationships. And exhale easily and gently out onto that full moon in front of that upturned face. As I inhale now, what are those aspects of abundance in my life? Where are the blockages? Where have the patterns repeated? What have I held myself back from allowing to turn into abundance and fullness and a brimming over of joy, peace, contentment, fulfillment, ease, brilliance at work, in my hobbies and talents, all the aspects and expressions of life that I define as abundant shall be so abundant. Inhaling that full moon through the left nostril, your face looking into it, the non-seeing gaze, looking unto the brow where you see that whole moon as it is consumed into your breath to become one with body, breath and being. Its light bathing you as the inhale courses down, cooling all the little knots, all the little disturbances and tied up pieces and tangles, cooling and easing them down into the womb, the navel, and turning to be breathed out, glowing and dancing, expanding and filling the lotus of heart, the Rita Padma, as the abundance of every aspect of life, every expression of life, and breathed unto that full moon, the Purnima, the full, whole light of knowledge, of knowing, of wisdom, of discretion, of intellect, everything that needs to be brimful and brimming over shall be. Breathing in all the aspects of abundance through the left nostril. And turning as it moves back onto the exhale. Expanding at the heart, the coolness, easing the heart as it expels itself from the system to become infinite unto that whole moon again. I am abundant in this very moment, in this very inhale. It is abundance that fills the creatrix of my Nabhisthana, the navel, the belly. And it is abundance that is expanding as it rises out, filling my heart and expressed unto that fullness of moon that is bathing my breath, being, and body. Resting in that breath, invoking the elements of water. The moon ordains the tides, the ebbs and flows of all waters, of the rivers, the seas, the lakes, the oceans, the water in the plants, and the water and moistness of my body, in my breath, and in my consciousness, my aura, my chakras, my nadis. It's all moisture. It is all carried by water. Invoking all those waters now as you inhale. The wholeness of the moist mist of light that is this moon tonight. And writing in the signatures of health and well-being. Health in this body to be free of dis-ease and disease. Wholeness and health and radiance and well-being. Of mind and emotions to be heightened and perceptive and aware and conscious and healthy and glowing. Breathing in, invoking invoking those waters that the moon ordains tonight to carry the messages of health, well-being, wellness in my energy and my consciousness, as the consciousness of the earth shifts. The waters of my body are already coded tonight. They are written in with the codes of the cosmos, pouring in with this whole moonlight, to be aligned to that shift, to be aligned and in sync, in synchrony, in synchronicity of all the possibilities of that new decade of awareness. Drizzling and pouring into my being. Consciousness and breath become softened, become moist with that subtle waters of the moon. Energy is also moisture. It is like the rain that quenches the thirst of Mother Earth. May the light of the moon rain upon my consciousness and align it with every inhale and exhale, with all the new that is coming and all the new that is in this very breath. May I be whole, may I be complete. May my life's purpose find that orbit, that oscillation, that dance of fullness that is the moon at this very moment, in this very breath. It expands at the heart space and it completes or fills in my creatrix womb space, navel space. And in that conjunction, in the weaving of the creative energy and the expressed energies of the womb and the heart, I am becoming the wholeness of this moon. Just be in this breath and awareness for the next few cycles of breath, in silence, with not even this guiding voice. I am at a space where there is no one but that whole full moon and the I that is myself. Just be in that breath. the connect of that which is being born or becoming, by the radiance of my own fullness within my Nabhisthana or creatrix womb, and the being or isness that manifests in the heart space in the age to come. I shall be led by the message of love that the moon talks to me of tonight. Love for myself before all else. From that whole moon, breathe in all the love for yourself and let it become one with every pore, every breath, every awareness in this moment. And exhale. Inhaling love for all those who are part of my journey in this life, who may have been part of journeys in other lives or realms, and those who are still to come into my awareness in this journey and in those that follow. Inhaling and seeking the capacity of love for all those beings, masters, teachers, gurus, angels, people, pets, animals, even things that facilitate ease, comfort, possibilities in my life, have done so in other lives and realms, and shall in the new age of consciousness that is dawning. Collect and bathe in the capacity of love for all that, and make it one with every breath in body, being, and consciousness. Slowly, gently, easily becoming aware of the physical breath once again. Allowing the head to shift back into its normal space, held straight up. The moon still shines above. It still bathes all of us in one light. In this one breath, we are one wherever in the world we are at this moment in this breath. This one moon above makes us one family, one moon-kissed tribe, working to align the creatrix of the womb and the creation of the heart space, because the coming age is going to seek those who act from the heart, who speak from the heart, who are from the heart, that moon-kissed tribe of beings we are. Becoming aware of the physical breath and allowing the hands to return to your palms at your own pace, at your own ease. Take your time and gently just bring the palms back to your lap and return to the awareness of breath as it flows now seamlessly. It is a central awareness of breath. There is no left or right nostril awareness. The breath itself is very central at this time when you're in a meditative space. Enjoy that centeredness, enjoy that stillness and dance all at once. And return slowly unto an awareness of the physical breath, an awareness of the physical weight of your body seated upon Mother Earth. And breathe out gently. And as and when you're ready, become aware of the tips of your fingers, the tips of your toes, of how you are seated and held, and how you're breathing with so much joy and ease, and how the heart itself feels so gentle now. Truly, at this moment, the only thing I can think of is this vast, seamless ocean of love that surrounds us, that engulfs us all. And if we stay aware that that is where we float, that is where we are, that is who we are, I think we can begin now with this new age that is coming to heal ourselves, to radiate ourselves into the magnificence of our fullness, of our wholeness, of our purpose, of being, of having chosen this life, into healing and making whole again this mother, the earth, that we have spent far too long in plunder, in use and abuse. So the age that is coming is one of living in unison, living in symphony, living in harmony with Mother Earth. That's where all the seeds of love lie, and we're going to seek them out in this new age of awareness. Returning to the present, returning to the now, and allowing your eyes to open themselves. There's an ease of gaze, there's this sparkle, there's this light, you will sense it. If you look into the mirror, when you get up, when you wake out of this space, you'll see that your skin is glowing a little more, you're feeling a little more radiant and full moonish right now. We will have many more journeys in the coming days together here and in the classes, in the workshops, in the retreats that we do through the new year. But at this moment, let me take this opportunity to thank all of you for all that we have shared, all that you have added to my journey and my learning. So gratitude to all those who share this beautiful journey with me. May we all find our fullness as the age turns and as our consciousness shifts. Shubham Bhavatu, Purnam Bhavatu. May all be auspicious and may all be whole. Wish you a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant stepping into 2020, into an awareness, into a shift, into a consciousness where we're going to dance through, celebrate all the goodness that we can find within ourselves and within those around us. In everything that we do, may there be joy and healing and wholeness and fullness and light, like this blessed moon above tonight. Thank you, Shiva Asti. Shiva is, Shakti is, I am, we are, and that is all that really matters. And Namaste.